You're a realtor in Dubai. 3 years of nothing. Then a $4 million deal hit the table. Pen in hand, one signature away. Signed on one side, waiting for the other. 3 months of work, 47 property viewings, 11 dinners you paid for, one family who trusted you. The pen was in his hand. Then his phone rang. He looked at the screen. He said sorry, and he left. You didn't move for a long time after that. The question isn't what happened in that room. The question is what brought you there in the first place, and why you're still here. You land at Dubai International at 6 a.m. 2 suitcases, $18,000 in debt, student loan, credit card, a business back home that failed and that you don't say out loud anymore. You have a real estate license, a contact name on a napkin, 11 weeks of savings before the number hits zero. The skyline stops you at the exit. You just stand there. Burj Khalifa, the sale, the towers you watched on YouTube for 2 years while telling yourself, that's where I'm going. You're here now. It doesn't feel like you imagined. It feels faster, louder, like everyone already knows something you don't. Your first office is in a glass tower in Business Bay. Your manager shakes your hand. He says, in Dubai, you don't sell apartments. You sell lifestyles. You nod. You have no idea what that means. 22 brokers around you, 6 nationalities, everyone on the phone. Everyone sounds like they've already won. You sit at your desk and open your laptop and realize you don't know a single person in this city. The first 2 weeks are expensive lessons. You call leads from a shared list. Most don't answer. The ones who do hang up in 30 seconds. The market runs on relationships, referrals, the right WhatsApp groups. You're in none of them. You eat alone. You walk home because the cab fare matters now. You lie in bed and do math. Off-plan pays 4% commission. Secondary market pays 2%. On a $2 million apartment, that gap is $40,000. You run the numbers until you fall asleep. The numbers are the only reason you stay. Week 5. A referral from a networking event. Pakistani entrepreneur. Studio in JVC. Not glamorous. You show him 4 places. He picks the third. You're cut after agency split. 9,700 dirhams. You stare at the transfer notification for 4 minutes. It's not life-changing, but it's proof the machine works. You stop eating alone. The months teach you things no one tells you. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are dead. Thursday afternoons, the serious buyers appear. Friday brunch is where the real conversations happen. You start going to brunches you can't afford. You talk like you belong. You hand out cards with the confidence of someone who has figured it out. You haven't, but you're getting closer. Your debt is smaller now. $4,000 gone in 3 months. 14 more months at this pace and you're clean. You don't want 14 months. You want one deal, one real family, real money. The kind of client who doesn't ask about payment plans. Then you meet the Tehranis. Contact introduction. Father, mother, 2 adult sons. An Iranian family. Serious money. The economic climate in their home country had been challenging for 2 years. They want to move assets. Somewhere safe. Somewhere with property law that holds. They want Dubai. They want to buy now. The father is 61. Quiet. Precise. The kind of man who has been in rooms where a wrong word costs something permanent. First meeting, he asks you 3 questions, listens to every answer without expression. At the end, he says, come back Thursday with options. You spend 48 hours on the presentation, 6 properties, Palm Jumeirah, Emirates Hills, a penthouse in downtown, market analysis, 5-year projections, rental yields. You print it on heavy paper. You arrive 15 minutes early. Thursday goes well, really well. They like 2 properties. Saturday morning, they arrive on time. In your experience, on time means serious. First apartment. The mother stands at the floor-to-ceiling window and looks at the water. She says something in Farsi. The father nods. You don't speak the language. You don't need to. That nod is a language you understand. The second property closes it. 4-bedroom villa on the Palm. The elder son is already photographing the garden before the tour ends. The father stands in the kitchen and asks one question. How long to complete? 3 weeks later, you're in a lawyer's office on Sheikh Zayed Road. Sale and purchase agreement on the table. $4.2 million. Your commission at 2%, $84,000. Every dollar of debt, gone. Plus breathing room, plus a start. The father picks up the pen. His phone rings. He looks at the screen. His face changes. Not panic. Something quieter than panic. A man receiving information he already feared was coming. He holds up one finger, steps outside. You look at the lawyer. The lawyer looks at his hands. The elder son is on his own phone. His jaw goes tight. After 8 minutes, the father comes back. He looks at you. I am sorry. We need to stop. The situation has changed. What situation? At home. He shakes your hand. Firm grip, apologetic eyes, decided eyes. They leave. You sit in the empty office to let that sink in. The agreement is still on the table. You roll it up. Put it in your bag. You don't know what else to do with it. It wasn't just the Tyrannus. That was the thing. Within 48 hours, the news wasn't background noise anymore. It was the market itself. You saw it in the office first. Phones going quiet, emails unreturning, developers postponing launches without explanation. Then the stories started coming through. Investors weren't just pausing, they were leaving, not relocating, fleeing. People who had 3 properties in Dubai were liquidating at a loss just to move cash somewhere with no sky above it worth targeting. The airports were chaos. Black market flight tickets selling for $40,000, $50,000. Families paying more for a seat out than some people earn in a year. Nobody was thinking about square footage. Nobody was thinking about payment plans or handover dates or rental yields. They were thinking about one thing: getting out. And when the buyers leave a market, the market doesn't slow down. It doesn't pause. It dies, and it takes everyone standing inside it with them. Back at the office, everyone is on their phones. Military escalation along the Iranian border. Not war, not yet, but the kind of tension that makes wealthy families pull everything back. By Thursday, 3 other brokers have lost Iranian clients. 6 deals dead in 4 days. One colleague loses a $9 million commercial deal, 18 months of work, in a single phone call. The market doesn't collapse, it freezes. Developer launches go silent. Buyers who were ready start saying, let's wait and see. Wait and see is a death sentence when you have no salary. You have nothing close to closing. The debt sits back down next to you like it never left. You do what you're supposed to do. You follow up, you attend events, you post about market resilience online. At night, you sit in your apartment and look at the skyline and count the weeks you have left before you have to decide about going home. Your mother calls, you tell her things are moving. She believes you. You don't know if that's because you're convincing or because she needs to believe it. Both, probably. You had a plan to send her money this month. You don't send it. You look at the transfer screen for a while and then close it. A senior broker in your office, 3 years in Dubai, knows everyone, best numbers on the board, says something to you at lunch. Casually. Like it's nothing. The market always comes back. Question is whether you're still here when it does. He means it kindly. It lands like a stone. You go back to basics. Rentals, small deals, anything that pays. Tuesday afternoon, JVC, 1-bedroom apartment, young British couple, teachers, tight budget. They can't choose between 2 units. You spend 2 hours with them. You walk them through both contracts. You help them decide. Commission, 4,000 dirhams. You take it. You don't complain. You need the floor under your feet more than you need the ceiling right now. 3 weeks later, the Tehrani family's lawyer calls, not to restart the deal, to deliver a formal apology on the family's behalf, and to say, when things stabilize, they come back to Dubai, they want to work with you again. You thank him. You hang up. You hold the phone in your hand for a moment, somewhere between grateful and furious. You let both feelings sit there and don't choose between them. You're in the lobby that afternoon when you see him. Young guy. Early 20s. Rolling a suitcase that's slightly too big. He's looking at his phone with that expression. You know that expression. You wore it 14 months ago outside the same terminal doors. He doesn't notice you. He's already somewhere else in his head. Running projections, rehearsing introductions, calculating how many weeks he has before something has to happen. You don't stop him. You don't say anything. What would you even say? That this city will take more from you than you planned to give. That the deal you deserved will disappear in a phone call you had nothing to do with. That the market doesn't care what you sacrificed to get here. You'd also have to tell him the other part. That you're still here. That there's a family in Riyadh who wants to see 3 properties next Thursday. That the presentation is already done. That you're not letting go of this one. He steps into the elevator. The doors close. You take the stairs. That night you don't sleep well. You lie on your back and stare at the ceiling and let your mind go somewhere it hasn't gone in a long time. Before Dubai, before the license, before the debt. Few days later, you think about the summer you were 19, a dusty pitch on the edge of your city. You weren't the best player on that field. You knew it then. You know it now, but you saw things the others didn't. You watched the game differently. While everyone else followed the ball, you watched the spaces, the runs before the runs, the player who wasn't getting the ball but was always in the right place for when it came. Your coach used to say, "You have the wrong body for this game but the right eyes." You laughed at the time. You're not laughing now. You walk into a stadium in Lisbon or Lagos or Lyon and watch a 20-year-old play 45 minutes and actually know, whether that kid has what it takes. Dubai closed its doors. You walked away, not defeated, decided. Different city, different game, same eyes. Next video, you're a football scout, and you already know who to watch. Subscribe, hit the bell. You don't want to miss this one.